purpose of this video will be to describe a butterfly spread options trading strategy on Walmart stock. Now, one way to develop the butterfly spread is to use three different call options. So in this case, for the butterfly spread, in this example, we're going to buy a call option with a strike price of 135, buy a call option with a strike price of 165, and then sell two call options with strike of 150. So the two call options that we're selling have a strike price that's in the middle of the other two. And they can be spread out more around the 150. But typically the option where we're selling two of the call options, the strike price a lot of times is chosen to be somewhere close to the current stock price. And the current stock price is about 149. So we'll call this strike price here K1. This worksheet already has an option payoff built in for a call option with a strike price of 150. And then we'll have two additional options. So we'll have strike price K2 and strike price K3. 135, 165. Now, we need to look up the prices for these options. And so currently, the call option with a strike price of 150 has a market price of 610. The call option with a strike price of 135 has a market price of 1575. And the 165 strike price call option has a market price of 179. We need to be consistent. We can either use simulated prices for all call options or market prices. We'll use market prices in this example. So now we'll construct the butterfly spread payoff. But first, we'll construct the call option payoff 2. We'll refer to the original one as call option payoff 1. And call option payoff 3. And then we'll calculate the payoff of the butterfly spread. Okay, so the call option payoff 2 will be the max of 0 or the ending stock price minus the strike price. And then we'll apply the discount factor, which is the exponential function, and negative t, which is the date to expiration, and the risk-free rate. Then our call option payoff 3 will be the ending stock price minus the strike price 3. And then we'll apply the discount factor, which is exponential function negative t time to expiration, and the risk-free rate. We could potentially leave out the discount factors for this task of valuing the butterfly spread, but we either need to, in this case, this call option payoff has a discount factor, so we either need to discount all of these or discount none of them, in which case we'd just be reporting this in terms of the dollars at the time of expiration. Okay, so we have three call options. First, we're buying a call with a strike of 135. So we're going to receive option payoff 2 we're paying the market price. So that's the first option. In the case of the second option, we receive the payoff 3, but we pay out the market price, 179. And then for the third one, it involves two options, so we'll multiply 2 times this net payoff, and we're selling the call options. So when we sell the call options, we're going to receive the market price and then pay out the payoff. So it's the opposite type of payoff of the options that we're purchasing. So butterfly spread payoff will be an output. So we'll go ahead and simulate this butterfly spread payoff. All right, so we see that the mean is a relatively small negative number here for the butterfly spread payoff. But really what we're doing is we're locking in a payoff if the stock price stays close to its current value, because that value is close to the strike price of the option that we're selling, which is 150. So let's see how that works with a graph. We'll go to Explore, and then Data. And so here we get the data on all 10,000 trials. And here we have the ending stock price, and over here we have the butterfly spread payoff. So we'll export that to Excel. And we'll create a new worksheet in the active workbook. And now we can close this at-risk window. So here's our data. We're really just going to deal with the ending stock price and butterfly spread. So I'll go ahead and delete these columns D and E. And then we're going to sort columns C and D according to the ending stock price. So I'll highlight a few rows and do Shift Control down to capture all the rows of data. And then we'll do Data, Sort, and we'll sort by column C because that's the ending stock price. Okay, so this data is already highlighted. So we'll go ahead here and insert a scatter chart, which is right here. And we'll use the scatter chart that has the straight lines. So here we have the butterfly spread payoff. And what happens? If the stock price ends right about where it is now at 150, we are locking in a payoff that's up close to $10. In fact, we could scroll down into our data here and find that the larger payoff values get up over $9 here. So we're locking in some payoffs up to $9 and a little bit more if the stock price stays right at the current amount. If the stock price doesn't stay at the current amount, specifically if it drops down below the stock price, the strike price for the first option, or above the strike price 165 for the second option, then we're going to lock in this negative payoff of 534, above 165, below 135. There's some other negative payoffs here too if the stock price drops too much or increases. So we're really betting on, with the butterfly spread, the stock to stay in a narrow range around its current price.